On this episode, I'll be unboxing Danny Elfman's Spider-Man. Let's cue the music. Hello and welcome to the show. I have another unboxing for you. This time it is coming from At the Movies, Music on Vinyl, which if you watch my last unboxing with Skyfall, that didn't go so hot. This isn't actually being mailed from them. This is being mailed from somebody else. And the reason is because what happened was on Christmas morning, I opened up a card from my mom, and inside was a card for Barnes & Noble. And I was like, why did she get me a Barnes & Noble gift card? It didn't make any sense because, I have very limited shelf space, and so I don't usually fill that space with books. I'm not much of a reader, and I couldn't figure it out. And I went back into the text message chain when she asked what everybody wants for Christmas. And I said I wanted either gift cards for Mondo or Barnes & Noble. Couldn't figure out why. And then I decided, you know what, I can give it to my wife. I tell my wife I'm going to give you the gift card because she loves books. And I figured I can just spend her money some other way. But then I was going through Barnes & Noble. I'm like, oh shit, you know what? They sell records. Let me take a look. And I realized that they had a limited edition Spider-Man vinyl that was in a gold color. And I thought about it, and I realized why I told my mom Barnes & Noble is because I wanted this record, and it was the easiest way to get this record. So luckily I remembered about Spider-Man on vinyl. Otherwise I would have not done this unboxing. So I'm very excited. I really like the score to Spider-Man. It's one of my favorite Elfman scores. There's a couple of cues on there. I love the main titles. And the costume montage, I think, is one of my favorite cues. Now, so what happened was I got this from Barnes & Noble, and they shipped it from Irvine. Now, if you guys live in the Southern California area, you know that Irvine is really close to Anaheim. So I wasn't too concerned about it showing up in one piece, unlike my last Music on Vinyl purchase. But this is Barnes & Noble mailer. Is a lot more protected in here. It's got this gap area, and it has more area on the sides. So luckily it didn't get damaged. But again, this came from 20 minutes away, something like that. So I'm going to go ahead. Okay, well, that didn't work. I'm going to go ahead and try to get this mailer open. Okay, it's a little bit not great as far as the pull tab. But as long as it is, Barnes & Noble is a bookstore, so they probably don't have like the best mailers. But again, as long as it shows up in one piece, I'm just gonna have to tear into this thing. Tiny knife's got its work cut out for it today. Probably shouldn't be cutting towards me because this would be a bloodbath. Okay, here we go. Let's see if that worked. I'm definitely gonna get a paper cut during this episode. Okay, well, it's secure in there, and it looks like it's packed pretty well too. So Barnes & Noble, although you deal primarily in like books and board games and stuff like that, your record mailers are pretty secure. I might just, man, this is a freaking, it is in there. Need an average size knife or a big knife because tiny knife might be too tiny for this job. So here we go. Let's get the record out of here. This is 2 discs, gold vinyl, and there you go. So again, with Music on Vinyl or At the Movies, you get poster art, which is fine. If poster art's cool like this, then that's fine. There's a shine to the lettering. It's got good gold foil, but then there's also like a UV emboss sort of deal going on with the webbing. I'm sure we'll be able to see that better once we take the plastic off. Here is the back art again. Let me get that in there. I don't know if you can scan that for your Discogs or not. 20th anniversary, first time ever vinyl release, original score by Danny Elfman, limited gold vinyl, individually numbered, includes fold out poster. I probably won't open the poster. What number we got here? This is 4,919. I don't know. There's the number right there. I don't know how many this is limited to, but let's pop this sucker open. The Spider-Man score. I don't know if his theme for Spider-Man is as like strong as like his Batman themes, but they're definitely great, and I'll tell you why. I went to go see Spider-Man 3, which didn't have music by Danny Elfman, but his themes were used. And we sit through like 5 minutes of trailers. Everyone's sitting there waiting to watch Spider-Man 3. And we get to the final trailer. We didn't know it was a final trailer, but the final trailer ends. And the lights are out. And then the music theme comes in just ahead of the Columbia Sony logo. And you just hear the opening strings of the Spider-Man theme. And a little kid in the audience, couldn't have been more than like 6 or 7, just yelled out loud, "Spider-Man!" So it's definitely recognizable, especially to kids who are fans of Spider-Man. So you can't fault it. Let's take a look. And as you can see, look at the webbing. Good thing I set up that light today. You can really see how the webbing shines. That's really awesome. All the way down to the fingertips. So that is a cool effect. Sweet. Good job. Good job on that. Everything looks in good order. That Spider-Man logo up top is a gold foil, which is nice. I don't know if that's specifically for this gold release. And then here's a better look at the back. It's got like a texture to it, not as thick as the Skyfall one, but I guess, is this not at the movies? This is just Sony Classical, so I might be wrong. This is not at the movies. This is not music on vinyl. This is literally just Sony Classical released this. But let's take a look at the gatefold. I have no idea what's inside the gatefold. It's probably oh, there you go. Several images from Spider-Man, Sam Raimi's movie. Sam Raimi, by the way, like if it wasn't for this movie, we probably wouldn't have the MCU as we know it today, because it was so great. Is this one disc? It's only one. I did very little research on this Spider-Man. It is one disc, and inside, let's see what we have here. Some Sony Classical stuff, some upcoming releases, or some releases that are out now that you can get. So just a little advertising thing. They used to. Here is a low-res version of the Green Goblin. I don't know if you can pick this up on the camera, but it is very low-res. You think that Sony Classical would have access to a higher-res picture of the Green Goblin, but this is what, 2001, 2002. The image of Spider-Man. Also not super high res, but looks better than the Green Goblin one, because this Green Goblin one definitely looks low res. I'm going to set this down for a second and check this out, because I think there's a there's a poster in it. It's not very big. It's got that Spider-Man poster on one side and the other Spider-Man poster on the other side. This is like the size of a trade paperback or something. It's a little bit bigger than a regular comic book. Let's take a look at the record itself. Yeah, for some reason I thought this was music on vinyl, but it's just Sony Classical, which is fine. And here is the gold vinyl. It's a very, very gold. Very swirled, but the color is really, really gold. I'm catching a my Flash Gordon silhouette in the reflection. So you have the Spider-Man logo on this side. Let's get a closer look at that. Music by Danny Elfman. That's side A. And side B, another picture of Spider-Man. And that looks great. So, I mean, it's a pretty basic record set. Not a lot of bells and whistles. It's packed nicely. The cover is amazing. I love the sort of, even though it is just poster art, I do love the shiny webbing. I can't wait to listen to this. I love Spider-Man. I love Sam Raimi. And this will be a great score to put on anytime. So hopefully for the anniversary of Spider-Man 2, we get a follow-up to this, and I can do an unboxing for you in the future. This might be the last unboxing of 2022. I'm not exactly sure. I have Taxi Driver coming to me. Mondo said that they were shipping Rebirth of Mothra 3 in December, but I mean, they got like 2 days. It's probably not going to happen. So I want to thank everybody that's joined me in 2022. It's been a fun year. I'm so glad that Cue the Music is back. I think I'm going to get the squeaks out of my chair at some point, so you don't have to listen to that, the entire recording. But thank you for all the support. Be sure to tell your friends. Be kind to each other. If you are a vinyl collector and there's certain ways you like to do things, you don't have to force those ways onto other people. I see a lot of folks out there who are almost like shaming or over explaining how other people should treat their vinyl. You do you. That's all that matters. And don't worry about others. Whatever makes you happy will make you happy. Doesn't mean that it's going to make someone else happy if they do it the same way. So respect each other, and don't give shit to people if they don't, do vinyls a certain way, or use the term vinyls with an S. It's, who cares? It's music. It's fun. It's art. There's different levels of fandom. So with me, super casual. I get bummed that my Skyfall got jacked up. They sent me a 25% refund, which doesn't make my shelf look better, but I'm just going to have to deal with it. You know why? Because in the end, it doesn't matter. Enjoy the music. I'll catch you in 2023. And thank you again for the support. I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.